Firearms.
Range day here. I have come across a tent with a bunch of very cool firearms, and I've just met Gary from the Canadian Historical Arms Museum, and very nice to meet you, Gary.
Hey, pleasure, sir.
And Gary's going to show us what he has here.
This one I have here is an extremely fine piece of kit. It's the John Rigby, one of the premier gun makers in England, and that's about 1870 to 75. It's a 500 Express, and it's just exquisite. That gun is just a thing of beauty. So we got all the kit for that. A gentleman donated it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
This one here is the German anti-tank rifle, 13 millimeter. It's first war, end of the war, when the Brits first introduced tanks to warfare. And the Germans immediately came up with something. Of course, it's a Mauser.
Yep.
It's a very large Mauser. You might
see that.
take a quick shot of the.
So
That's 13 millimeter.
13 millimeter round?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very similar to the Browning 50 caliber, if you want to look at it that way. This is a Sterling L34A1. This is the silenced version.
Okay.
That's what this large integral silencer is for. And this is a true silenced piece. It's more than just suppressed. You can call it suppressed if you want, but it's a silenced piece. The Special Air Service will probably still use that a little bit today.
Really?
You don't know much about them, but...
And what roughly would be the year of manufacture for this particular unit?
That would be 1980s.
1980s? Okay.
To 90s, yes. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, and that's a brand new gun. It came out of the business that we were fortunate enough to hone in on. Yes. And being a business as a museum is, we can do that sort of thing. And what we have here is a Turkish Vickers. Now the Vickers usually is 303. This one was made by England, of course, in 1918. Went to Belgium to convert it to 8 millimeter, and then it went to Turkey. And the Turks used them. They didn't actually use them in the Second War because they were neutral.
Okay.
And Sir Winston decided he would give the Turks a bunch of Vickers gun, even though England was at war at the time, because he wanted to keep them neutral. Okay. Because he had a very bad experience in Gallipoli, where the Turks really gave the British a what for in the First War. So he had a bad experience there.
So I love how you're throwing in some background. And and not just telling me about the firearm itself. So,
this is the M60. And that's of course an early American machine gun. That was very typical of something used in Vietnam. They still use them today. That was a movie gun, a prop gun for blank only. We have since reconverted it to fire fully automatically. Yeah. So that is an early gun. This, of course, is a Yugo RPK. That's like the squad automatic version of the AK-47, 75 round drum. So basically, it's an AK-47.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ton of history here.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell our viewers a bit more about the museum and how they can learn about it.
Well, right now we're basically on the Instagram as National Historical Arms Museum. Okay. We are changing back to Canadian Historical Arms because that's our licensed name, is Canadian Historical Arms. So we help estates, we help the police who like to get rid of some ordnance. If anybody has anything that's moderately prohibited, we can help with that. Anything like that, we want to make sure these things don't get destroyed.
So that's your mandate?
It is. It's a hands-on historic event for most people, and we want to perpetuate that. These are tools of the trade, and we hate to see them destroyed. We have a lot of collectors that are starting to pass away a little bit, and I have a few of these myself, and you have to pretty much give them to a business, and I don't want to see them welded up. So that's we want to instruct, we want to teach,
everybody,
and we want a hands-on experience for kids and that sort of thing. So or anybody for that matter, researchers. Yeah.
So if somebody has, say, somebody in their family that happens to own some of these wonderful pieces of history and doesn't want to see them destroyed,
Very much
they
so.
can reach out to you guys, and you can guide them to keep them away
Absolutely.
from smoker.
We can register firearms that are not registered. And there are still things out there under Granddad's bed, if you will, from the First War or the Second War, or Korea or something like that. And rather than destroy them or turn them in, give us a call and we'll pick them up for you. Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
Wonderful stuff.
I love what you guys are doing. I think it's important, and you're preserving, pieces of Canadian history here.
Very much Canadian history, absolutely. Yeah. So we love it.
Well, thank you for talking to me,
You're very
Gary.
welcome. Take care.
Hope to see you again.
You betcha. Thank you.
And so you don't miss out, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube.com. This is Coat of Arms.